Hey, this is Damon Hunt with some Forex trading levels. Okay, boys and girls, it is finally time, it looks like, that market action is looking the way I like to trade it anyway. And we're getting somewhere. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Now, already in the Asian session, there's been some trades. We've had an up trade here. If you traded off the pivot today, oops. If you traded off the H3, fantastic. The reason why, there was nothing on the pivot, by the way. There's just this little cute break breathe over this trend line. And actually, I'm getting ahead of myself, but let me just show you this anyway. In the H4, you see that we're under this big trend line here, right? And that lined up with the H3. So we've already had that trade in the Asian. They just keep setting up in the Asian. I don't know what to say about that. Other than they keep setting up in the Asian. Anyway, I just want to show you last night the one that I called. I wasn't there for it, and it doesn't matter anyway because the way it happened I wouldn't have caught it, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Yeah, this one here. So I had my two fib levels down here, and we hit it great, but if you see how we broke through this trend, we never breathed, right? And then I was actually here for this one, I was waiting for it. I was like, come on, baby. Come on, baby. And no breathe. So if I had taken this, which I wasn't there, I was actually inside eating and stuff, but when it did finally come down to here, I would have taken the trade and been zeroed because this is like 3 hours later, so I would have put my zero in by then. But it was pretty nice, instant, 25 pips room. So there's tons of room to put in your zero. But we weren't over the line, so I wouldn't have been very happy about the trade because of the way it, and then zeroed, and then finally broke through with no breathes. So I had no way of getting in there for a sustained move. But anyway, so what I'm looking at here tonight is actually pretty sexy. There's a few ways it can happen. If I had gotten in here even earlier, which is crazy because I'm in here, I'm 4 hours before the Euro Open, and I still missed the trades for today. So I mean, it's pretty incredible. So there may be a down trade happening here, but I would like to see some major consolidation under this trend line for me to be at all happy with the trade here, because we have some great targets up. So we have this H3 again tonight in the Euro session. If this happens up around the Euro Open, it'll be a perfect breathe. The spike of it will be H3 again, and we'll be under this trend line. So let me just show you what I mean. If we do something like this, we're in mad love with this trade. If we do something like this, where it takes forever, and then our price is straight up and vertical, I'm not happy with the trade. But then it might do something, uglier, which is not so much fun to trade, but you can take this breathe. But you want to see that consolidation on these breathes. And I still have a tough time with these breathe moves. So I'm going to try to take it on a fib. And if I take it on a fib, we may be seeing something else in the action tonight. We have a first fib up at what is that? What is that other fib from? Oh, get rid of this. Yes. Yeah. We have our first fib up at 25.41. Now let me show you in, I think it's the H1. So that means we're going to pop this little trend line. And right up here is 25.41. So this one, it would be really sexy to catch. So if we get a little spike up through here, so let me show you what that might look like. We get this kind of stop grabber just outside trend line action. Come up in here, consolidate a bit, maybe a break of this tiny trend line that would happen in here, and then we move up and go into here, however it happens, hit our spot, and if all things are going the way we like, we go into our next down move. Yeah, so that's pretty sexy. And then you're going to get, if that's the case, it's going to be, I have this, I left all my trend lines on here trying, just in case you guys are using my trend lines, trying to let you see them on my charts. Up here we have this gigantic trend line that's kind of bizarre, but it has been well respected. You can see it was held here and then came and breathed. It was a disgusting breathe, but it did breathe. And then we broke again and breathed. So it has been holding the market, and it is a useful trend line in that sense. I actually have it in the wrong spot here. There's a few ways you could put it, but that's the way I put it. You could also put it down here like this on the other head. Yeah, so that actually looks perfect-ish. So anyway, our level here is 25.41, and if it was up at the other level, I think it was 25.48. So it's really a very small and insignificant level of the difference. So, oh yeah, and the full move down, we have our 20, the small fib. Why is it looking? Why do I have another fib in there? Where's that fib coming from? Let me just get rid of this. Where's that one coming from? It's not this, is it? No. Weird. Why can't I see the fibs here? Huh, weird. Anyway, I couldn't see that for some reason. Get rid of this. Okay, what was it saying? Ah, yes. Let's do the full. Well, you do the full from either point. It really doesn't matter. It's about the same. But we have the 23.6, the minor fib level, is up here. More importantly, our prior market is up here. So a prior swing, and then we have this really deep, hardcore swing right at 25.55. So you want to have your stops above this level on this. So if you have to make your trade a little smaller to catch it at the 40 level, just know that it could go up to this level before turning around. You might get some spike outside of here just because the trend line on the 4 hour may be a bit higher, and for regular market reasons. Anyway, I just want to show you that the if we drop this down to just this leg here, we have the 61.8 retracement right at 25.39. So this H4 tonight, and I'm going to take it before the H4, is looking absolutely phenomenal for a trade. Okay, so I'm going to look at, there's 100,000 ways that you may be able to take this, and 100,000 ways that it may stop you out of whatever you do try to get into that down. So I'm not going to get into how you take the trade, that's up to you. But I mean, some people look for, the MACD cross or an RSI maximum, or it doesn't matter how you're going to take it, an MA cross, I don't care. Play with the 3x3 pattern, whatever. All I know is I have a fib up here at 25.41, and that's a prior market, that's a 1-2 kind of fib, or a prior market, depending how you do the count here. And it's looking very sexual. Now, if this is the lowest low here today, if we don't attempt any lowers, I'm just going to draw the next fib that comes in. Now, is that disgusting or what? Have we got, I mean, everyone and their asshole is going to be able to see this trade, so just watch for something a little scary. You may want to take it, if it spikes up into this area, you may want to wait for a break in trend or something if you don't like catching the knife. I'll trade it how I trade it. But we have another fib now at 25.43. Let's see if we have some other kinds of fibs that we can use here. I'm just going to put a line in. God, it's been a while since I've seen some market action that I like. And you can just tell when a fib stops the market like that, you can, and it's stopping to break everything and things are cooling down a little bit, and the waves are starting to happen instead of just flatline spike, that kind of action. When it starts getting into the waves and fibs start all lining up with the intraday levels. I mean, the bigger retracement fibs line up with the intraday levels, and the smaller intraday fib projections line up with those levels. Now you're starting to get into the market I like to trade. Starting to get confluence all over the place. Now the problem is, if we don't get up there, how the hell am I going to take this trade? I have no idea. Because this is just gorgeous, so it might be too gorgeous. The other thing that could happen, I just want to throw this in there too, we may get a breathe over this trend line tonight. If that happens, I'm not very excited because we've broken below the pivot again. So you see how we broke above the pivot? If we keep going, I like the trade. It gives us lots of room, right? You can have a first target of 34 pips, which is enough to put in at least a zero trade and try to ride that puppy down. Then you could try to do some break breathes or something if that gets stopped out. It'd be really nice if our pivot point was up here. Then it would come up, touch our pivot and an H4 or an H3 or something. Then it would just be like off the charts gravy, but I'll take what I can get at this point. If we do come down tonight, I'll be looking for a Steve Monroe's type of trade. So that'll be, you should get at the market open a lower low than the day. Here's the day, right? This is the new day. So there's the low. So we get a lower low. It might be down at the L3. Oops, Jesus. So I'm not sure if I should be bringing this trend line in here. That actually looks like we have more interaction. So I think I'll use that. And that looks like it'll line up with the L3. That looks perfect. So let's say we get a lower low, bounce. And then per Steve Monroe's, the way the market takes you for a ride here, I don't know if you check his stuff out on YouTube if you don't know what I'm talking about. We should get a higher low, and then any break in the trend of these two, right? Any break, you take the momentum. It's a tough trade to take for me because I'm not a momentum trader. But it should look a lot like straight through, like really fast action. And it should continue for the next, per his trading technique, 4 to 6 hours. So that's the kind of thing I'll be looking for in there. I'm hoping if that happens, that this is going to, if it does break here, it's going to look like this. Oops. It's going to come down and then give us some kind of a fib for the next move that comes down, right? See how that works? Trying to join as many tops as I can here. Looks like we may have even had a pretty good breathe in there if I do that, so I like that. Yeah, so then you'd be taking this fib and doing that with it, right? And that's your entry. So that's what we'd be looking for in this. You can take this down trade if it happens too. It may do that. But I'd like to see a shitload of consolidation because I'm not a good break breathe trader when there's no fibs involved. Now the break breathe here, I'll be fine on it because of course there's a fib, so I'm excited about it. And maybe it'll give us multiple entries in that. Anyway, if that's the case, we're not looking for this market to go very high. We're only looking for, you could even take profit back at the pivot, which is not very big. That's, oops. That's 35 pips, which is kind of shitty. I'd probably be trying to take it up into gravy land, which is where I'd want to trade it down. So that's 63 pips. So that's what I'm looking at. It looks like we are trying to break here. Was this the 15? Yeah, we've got 2 minutes to close, so it looks like we are trying to get a break. The other thing that may happen is you get some action like that, right? So it comes down, it doesn't consolidate, comes through, or hopefully doesn't consolidate. If it does consolidate and breaks through, then you'll have an angry video from me coming up. And you'll get something like that. So let me just get rid of this other weird leg because it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Oh, come on. Oops. Oops. Anyway, whatever. You get what I'm talking about. well, something like this, right? So we get a fake out, hits the L3 again, consolidation, says yes, we love this line, continues up, and then we take our trade, and it goes 5,000 pips our way without looking back. So it could go like that too. Anyway, I'm just giving you the scenarios that, you know, would make sense to me to take any of these trades. So I'd like to see it, to take this L3 tonight. I would really, I don't like taking, if the fib is down like this, and especially a big test of the fib like this, I really don't like taking L3s. So I would like to see some fib action. And I'd even like to see the trend break before it hits the fib, so a lower breathe. But anyway, I'm just saying that we need some sort of targets of some, because we got nothing really that goes down there. We got this little tiny, what is this, 15-minute garbage down into here tonight, which is above the L3. I don't like it at all. And then we go straight off the Richter scale. So anyway, this trade here it's just unbelievable. It's amazing to me that the Asian session is setting up such beautiful trades right now. Just incredible trades. So I'm in here 4 hours early and I see a trade. It's so unusual for me. I just want to go into and check the, we're nowhere near overbought, as you can see, but the daily has crossed. So I'm sure tonight when we see Cy Morton's video, he's going to be talking about, because we've had a cross on the daily, about finding your entry short in here. Now, just to hit the 3x3, which usually gives a reaction, is quite high. It's up at 25.90. So that's something to watch for, because a lot of the time that does happen. Fucking shit here. Hold on, I'm just going to pause it. Okay, I was talking about something. Yes, okay, so the cross of the MACD is something to watch for, and we're not near overbought, as you can see by both the detrended oscillator, whatever it's called, and my little cheat sheet here. So let's check out the H4. H4, we're crossing back the other way. So and it looks like there's a pretty deep one too. So we may get caught in a bit of a, you know, it might make lower lows to do that breathe, right, that I was talking about here. And then come right back up and give us our trade, which is totally fine. I don't mind how it really does it. Our 1 hour is still north. Oh yeah, I want to check the 3x3 while I was at it. No interaction in the 3x3. We just crossed the 3x3. So let's see if we're, where our trade is down here. 24.90. What was that here? We want to make sure that that 4 hour stays above. So if we do catch that L3 trade tonight, we want to make sure that that close happens fast back above the 3x3. Because remember, if this closes below the 3x3, it is a massive excuse for us to look for lower lows already. So then we'll have an extended move down, or we should. So, but we don't have to go that far. If we just want to go down to the what is that tonight? 24 gigaboo. I really want to go down there if we're going to go down though. 24.90. No, I don't like that trade. If it does do some interaction here before it goes up, I may have to do a break breathe, but that's kind of ugly. 24.90 is there. Yeah, so if it comes down to our target, which is down here, we want it to get the hell above before. That's kind of scary. I don't like that very much. Anyway, it may flip-flop underneath. The nice thing here is that we have consolidation. This is exactly a break in consolidation that I like to trade down, the kind of break breathe I'm talking about. If we make lower lows and come back up, now all my levels are shot. So and we also have tons of time to come back up. So I don't really like that if we make lower lows. I don't want to make lower lows. Bad. All right, anyway, H1, we're still above the 3x3 on the H1. So you're going to want to watch the closes on this. Just see if we get a close below, close above. Then you'll be looking, of course, for the higher high levels that we were talking about up here. Yeah, up in here. Oh, that's going to be great. God, I hope that trade sets up tonight. It looks so beautiful. And then I don't really care about the interaction in the 15-minute. Yeah, I don't care at all. What's the MACD like? Oh, it'd be so great if this sets up tonight. All right, so anyway, let's go targets down. If we are gonna catch this move down tonight, how long is this thing? 20 minutes. God, I can ramble. So that fib's taken care of. Let's take it off this one now, because that's the actual high anyway. And you can see, by the way, that this may be a level to come down to tonight. That's why I don't like the lower low. What's 25.55? 24.55 is L4. Maybe it'll go rambly or sideways tonight or something. But I got to put this in just so I watch it. Because actually, I'm not going to put the arrow there. What am I going to put there? I don't want to trade it necessarily. Check sign. This is something to look at, this level. I'd have to watch the interaction with it. Anyway, so what was I doing? Targets down. Okay, so yeah, we have our first target down from this. Our actual higher leg is down right at the L4 tonight. Right dead on L4. So definitely something to watch. I want to draw a line. So we're going to line up. Oh. No, that's not going to work. That might work. Yeah, that might work. All right, I'm going to leave that in there. This is the area I want to watch. Oh, I can't believe that's set up for the Asian session already like that, though. Jesus. Okay, so target's down. The target that I'm looking for down, if I do catch this trade in this area, is this. So we're coming down to 23.40, which is great. Finally, some peeps. 200 pips. All right. And that's going to give us, just want to take a level here. Sorry about the super long video here. This is what you get when I'm blabbering. Oh, look at that. I didn't even realize that. So if we do make a lower low tonight down to 24.52, that's again the 61.8 retracement too. That's definitely something to watch for. That'd be sick if it did that though. But anyway, because it wouldn't have set up anything basically for the euro. The reason is why I think it's sick. So what's our minor level? 23.95. It's below where I want to play, right? Way below. And where was my target? 23.50, I think, right? Yeah, 23.40. So it's really in the middle of nowhere, it looks like. Just going to check how this level works. Okay, we had that. We're just playing with that. Looks like we definitely got a good trade off that. God, in the Asian session. And if I come down to here, we're much lower. This would be our lower low of our whole system, though, which is 22.60. What do I want to do? Anyway, I don't think it's going to go take profit tonight anyway. If it does, I think it'll take a day to do that. And we have 23.40 and what was that? 22.60. Oh. 20. Here. Oof, tough level to get through. If it comes through that level, oh, I like that. Yeah, I'll be taking profit here. I'm not going to go into the method I used there because what am I saying? I'm not going to go into how I did that there because it's a really long video already. I'm just going to say that if we do catch this move down tonight, let's make our ultimate take profit or your middle take profit, either one. Let's make it here tonight, which is 23.40. And it's actually should be you should be able to test this trade back up too. Although I don't like it because it hasn't made lower lows, but you should, regardless of my opinion, the market is saying that we should be able to do something in there. Yeah, okay, so that's great. That's fantastic. 200 pips is what we're looking at there. And if we do get the trade down tonight, just 24. I mean the trade up from the L4, which is 24.53, which is 24.50. Yeah, it's about here. Well, we're not looking too magical, but 90 pips on the full, right? If it's going to stretch this, or if you just want to be conservative about it, just until it touches that line again, which is still 80. So it's great. If we're going to take an up move in here. Anyway, that's good. I'm really happy about the market action. I don't know if you can tell, but it's making sense. It's still trading, giving me all the trades in the Asian session, but at least it's making sense. And it still could give another trade for the euro, which I could have. Alrighty, if I do anything magical tonight, or anything at all, I will throw up another video. Ciao.